Good morning, and if you have a Nintendo Switch Online, you have probably gone onto the NES Online app. Well, it's actually called Nintendo Entertainment System Nintendo Switch Online. What a great name. Anyway, when you're promised a semi-free NES games each month, you're gonna get some filler. There are some great games that got added, like Metroid, the Famicom Disk System version of Excite Bike, and Super Mario The Lost Levels, and the best game, Star Tropics. You know, that might have sounded like sarcasm, but no, it's actually a great game. Please play Star Tropics. But about those filler games, they were not so prevalent in the beginning of the app, or collection of games, whatever you want to call it. But as time went on, the issue got worse. The first signs of how it was going to be were Yoshi, Tecmo Bowl, we'll get back to Tecmo a bit later, Solomon's Quest, and Dodgeball. Before we get into the big filler things, I need to say something. Just because a game is filler doesn't automatically make it bad. And as you'll see, I like a whole 2 of the games on this list. So with that said, let's start with a game that's really bad. Here's the first game here, made by the aforementioned Tecmo. This game stars such well-known characters as CG, TG, DG, and HeG. Oh yeah, and Lizzie. Can't forget Lizzie. By the way, the game tells you nothing. I learned 95% of the things in the game from looking up the manual online, and I still barely know anything about the game. It's a mess. The controls are so incredibly floaty. Everything feels like utter garbage. Let's move on before I get physically mad. Or sad. Or both. This is a great puzzle game for the NES. It was developed by HAL Laboratory. You know, the Masahiro Sakurai used to be employed there, HAL Laboratory. See, I was gonna make a joke about how this might have been Sakurai's first project there, but then I realized that he didn't work on any games until 1992, so the more you know. I said, the more you know. I said, the more you know. Wow, editing me is terrible at this. Anyway, the actual game itself sees you. Oh, now you did it. Anyway, the actual game itself sees you playing as Lolo on his quest to save Princess Lala. You go around and solve puzzles that are very enjoyable. I had a great time. Let's just hope this good time lasts. It's just a bad Galaga / Galaxian clone. Okay, I'll talk more in depth about it. Actually, what can I say? You've probably seen as far as I've been able to get in the game. It's very difficult, but not in a good way. More in a NES kind of way. You know, the kind of design, throw a barrage of enemies at the player and hope something kills them. Well, I know I went on kind of a tangent there, but the more I think about it, I think I might just have a bad case of Babavka, being unnecessarily bad at all video games. Well, I was enjoying a good game for a few seconds. Can we go back to that? Oh, do I have no clue what in the world a city connection is. I just don't know how I'm even supposed to do a segment on it. This is another game that I had to look up the manual online to even get a slight idea what I'm supposed to do in this game. So here's a breakdown of what happens. So you get in a car and jump a bunch of times from thing to thing. I don't really know what they're called, but they kind of look like beams. And you have to dodge cop cars, cats for some reason. It's not a very fun game, if you can believe that. I really wish we could get back to something I could try to consider an actual game. There isn't much to say here except I played representing the USSR, as you do in most Nintendo games, and I won because the other team didn't even try. This is a game where you car, and you spend 3 minutes until you realize you can shoot bullets out of the headlights. It's fun enough, and I think I only like it because I need a reason to have a positive-ish section. But yeah, you kind of just drive down a highway and go pew pew some cars, and then there's a boss. It's much more fun than some of the other games, but it isn't anything special though, like Adventures of Lolo. All of these games should seriously learn from Lolo. This game is by far the most baffling game to me. It's weird. It's like an annoying beat 'em up game where you just mash buttons the whole time, but instead of going across a level, you only go onto one screen, which is dumb. You go to another screen for the second, third, fourth levels and beyond. It's fun, especially when you just mess around and use the backflip kick move, and that's about all the fun you can have in this game. You see how everything's going downhill now? It's Mega Man 1 but bad. Note how I said Mega Man 1. It doesn't even have enough quality in it to be considered any of the other games past the first one. It has bad enemy placement, bad controls, it's a sad attempt at an action platformer game, and that's as much as I'm willing to go into it. Ah! I have no clue how to pronounce it. I genuinely hate it when a logo has the T as a sword or something like that. I don't even know if it is a T. But anyway, I'm really mad about this game, and I haven't even played it. Well, I have played it, but for the sake of commentary and a cohesive script, I haven't played it. Here's what the game is like. Wait, what am I doing? Why, yeah, I've tried my best, but I can't figure out what you are supposed to do. Please help. My sanity is deteriorating more and more as I talk about this. We need to move on before I need to take a month-long break from video games in general. It's just a bad Ninja Gaiden clone. Oh, sorry guys, gotta take this call. Huh? Okay, so I just got a call from the Department of Funny. I've been given a cease and desist order from them because I tried to use the same joke twice, which wasn't even funny in the first place. Anyway, it isn't good. It's on the difficulty level. There's one big thing with the controls that makes it bad. I'm going to show you some videos and you'll see what the problem is. It's terrible. You can't walk while slashing with your sword. It's now not fun. It was good for 20 seconds. I'm kind of angry about this, but hopefully it picks up. Please? Wait, no. No, not that game. Please, no. So, naive me was expecting something like that Raft Wars game everyone played in elementary school on cool math games. But no, of course it needs to be a garbage boat racing game for the NES. I'm a gamer, not a retired man with a lot of money. I want a good game, not boats. Anyway, the controls are so incredibly slippery. Everything feels bad. I feel bad. Let's move on. I'm slightly optimistic. This game is like Shadow of the Ninja. It has everything bad with the game, but it's even worse. It's bad. Even more bad enemy placement, and I tried it many times. It's fun enough, but it's not a very good game. Is there only going to be one good game in this collection of filler? Seriously? Wait, we have one more game left. Yes!
What about now? It's time to rock with the biggity buck bumble. Bum to the bump to the bump to the bass. Bum to the bump to the bumble.
A semi-good game. It actually looks like a very technologically advanced game for the NES, and it's actually kind of fun. You walk around and fight some people sometimes. It's great. It's the best way this could have been capped off. Except for Adventures of Lolo, of course. Well, I got through the list and I left happy. I did it. The filler depression is over. Now to tackle actual depression.